Good morning, everybody. Thanks for subscribing, liking, sharing, commenting. We appreciate it. I haven't looked, but we were right around 725 subscribers. Steadily inching up. I firmly believe it'll pick up steam. It's all because of you guys. We can't thank you enough. Highway. Wanted to talk to you this morning about a American Pit Bull Terrier term that I think is misused, and about the state of our yard. I'm going to talk about the yard right now for a minute. Did all the prep last night. Added straw. Fed everybody a little bit extra. And then, we've got reports for where we live are anywhere from 1 inch to 7 inches of snow coming, starting at, we're under a winter weather advisory from 10 in the morning till 10 at night. So in a 12-hour period. It's funny, but here in Kentucky, it's on a county by county basis on how prepared they are for the weather. I don't imagine these country highways I'm driving will get much attention. But we'll see. Tonight, we'll do a second stick with Steiny and Blackfoot. Then from there, I've got a dental appointment. I'll go do that. The pups will all come inside. We're going to get down to single digits tonight and tomorrow. And then I'll probably make a video of me going through the yard. I don't know. I may not. It'll be hard to hold the phone, carry the water, scoop the food. So I might do one right when I start or right when I finish. That's basically the state of the yard. Got everybody prepped and prepared for what's coming today and tomorrow with the cold. Then we're warm for a day before it gets down cold again, but not as cold as what we're seeing now. I wanted to, like I said, talk about a phrase or term that gets misused, and that's the word game or gameness. My opinion, the greatest title an American Pit Bull Terrier has ever earned is dead game. And people even misuse that, calling their dog dead game when it's still alive. It's just, that's not the that's not the deal with it. A true dead game dog is dead. You know, I see people talking about their hog dog is game, and you know, as that term applies to the dogs that I have, there's only one way to find out if I have a game dog, and that's to put it on another dog. People call me and get a hold of me all the time looking for game dogs, and I tell them I don't have any. You know, you can't, at least I can't risk my dogs in my yard with terminology. If the only way to prove is illegal, and you ask me if I have those kind of dogs, I don't know what other kind of response you're expecting from me. I know I wouldn't. I wouldn't call up Floyd and say, I need something that's game. I wouldn't call up anybody and ask them, tell them I need something that's game. It just implies illegal, and that's you know, it's something some people, I don't know if they don't know any better, and I think that's what it is. It's a term that they hear, and so it's a term that they're looking for, and it's really not it's not an easy term to accept. You know, I am a breeder. It's what I do. And as such, you know, how the law is written, okay? State, where I live locally, in our county, in our state, and in the federal government, fighting dogs is illegal. And I firmly believe in my interpretation of the word game. The only way to prove it is through an illegal act. The term game, as it applies to the dogs I have, means it's willingness to cross back the line, to scratch back. I don't feel like there's levels to being a game dog. I don't feel like snatching a hold and holding on to the hog is a game dog. You know, you drop I think if you drop a game dog on a hog hunt, I don't know if that dog isn't going to hit the bay dog. A hog dog is trained to snatch a hold of a hog and to hold on to it. It's trained for something completely different. You know, and there's a misconception on, I don't even know if that's the right term. There's we go to confirmation shows, and you know, our blue brindle mutt that we have is pointed in the ADBA. So when the ADBA switched all these dogs around because a judge had deemed her to be a representation of the breed and to give her first place in her class, she stayed a pit bull. But she's not one. And you see that in the show ring. Some of them dogs are honestly, they're bred for the show ring, and that's not, to me, those are not true American Pit Bull Terriers either. The trust in the person that you're getting dogs from, I think that's a big deal. The trust factor. There's some big name guys out there that I wouldn't get a dog from. And there's some little known guys out there that I would get a dog from. And it all has to do with, in private, their standards, their personal standards. And that's just something that you have to get to know over time. That's not something that's readily available. And I know that people that come to me with questions that imply illegal activity, the way the law is, I can't sell them anything, or I've committed a state and federal crime. One that they'll take all my dogs, lock me up, and make it where I can't own another animal. Never own a pit bull again. And I know a guy got 10 years, no animals, period. All because he wanted to impress somebody in social media and talk about the accomplishments of his animals. It's just not how it works. That's kind of a take on gameness and the what it means and how it's misused. You know, my response when people ask me, I'm looking for a game dog, do you have game dogs? My response to that is, I have American Pit Bull Terriers. And if you know the breed, there you go. You don't, just not you know, the verbiage that somebody uses, the verbiage that I use, it does make a difference. And I'm not up on all the slang and all that. I'm older. I don't try to keep up with it. It doesn't. I'm not into the. I'm just not into to doing that. But it's my suggestion to the newer people into these dogs would be watch what you say, because it does matter. You know, and I got invited to a WhatsApp group, and I'm here to let you guys know, and believe me or don't believe me, but those groups that you think are secure, that encrypted and all that stuff, that you think you can say whatever you want to on there, and nobody's ever gonna be able to do anything with it. There was a law passed last year, and it forced Facebook, who owns WhatsApp, it forced Telegram to put a back door into it. So if a government agency wants to know what you've talked about on any of that secure stuff, they can actually go back and get that information and use it against you. So for all the people sharing current illegal stuff on there, that you're playing with fire. That's just, I don't know how else to put it. And knowing that, and being told that, that's a fact. There's a guy that buys supplies from us. That's he's an IT guy. He's a computer guy. He's you know, that's where I first learned about I saw the law, didn't quite grasp what it was, and he confirmed that what it was, what it actually meant. So it's a bad deal. Nobody's wanting to go to jail over these animals. That's not the goal. You know, you can talk about and you can share historic information and videos and all that. You know, Bob Stevens went to the Supreme Court and won our right to freedom of speech, being able to view. It doesn't matter what it is. You can view old dog matches. You can view, you know, he fought for that, did his time, and came out and fought for it. That's you know, why I hold him in high regard. I've never met the man, but from afar, I don't have one bad thing to say about him. that doesn't mean that we get immunity on current events. And I've had people send me stuff on social media that and they'll say it's okay, it's legal in my country. And well, that might be the case, but I don't live in your country. In my country, it's not legal. Yeah. Just, it's, I guess you could call me paranoid, you know what I mean? I call it being smart. It's just how it is. And with the litters we have upcoming, I'll get all sorts of people wanting to, I don't know if it's impressed me or, the tire kickers that just want to talk. I look at it like they're either a cop or an idiot, and I don't need that in my life today. I'll talk to anybody, but I don't have time, if that makes sense. I get calls at work, and I have to tell people I'm at work, I'll get back with you later, and I do. Like I said, I got time for everybody, but I at the same token, I don't have the time for illegal chat. I don't need to lie. I don't need to try and impress you with war stories or any of that stuff to sell a puppy. I'm not going to do it. Any breeding that we make, this may not make sense to people, but we're prepared to keep every puppy off of every litter. It's just how it is. But anyway, I've talked, this is probably the longest video I've ever made. So I'm going to get off here, eat a little bit of breakfast. It won't be long, I'll be pulling into work. Hope y'all have a great, safe day. Sorry if I rambled on. Try to get into that topic of gameness. Is one that it's not for interpretation. There's that's really what it is. There's a lot of self-interpretation into terms used the English language that it is not correct. And I see it all the time, and I just, it doesn't, misusing it doesn't make it right. Misusing it is actually lets other people think that it's right, and when it's not. There's no levels of gameness. A dog is game or it isn't. A dog is game or it's a cur. It's just really that simple. But thanks again for subscribing, liking, sharing, commenting. We appreciate it. That's you guys are what keep this channel going. Before I go, I'd like to give another shout out to Darnell Dickey, hooking us up on some no-name warmer. We appreciate it. And hope y'all have an awesome day. If you're in the path of this storm, you know, just be safe. Most people are used to it. There'll be people out on the roads that are a hazard today. Just be careful.